So I want to touch on, you mentioned YouTube, and you mentioned how this kind of all spawned from this YouTube contest. How do you think internet's changed the way that you get discovered and you find your voice and you find, like you said, with YouTube, putting this concert out there, you were able to make that.
I want to flip the question.
Okay.
Because there's a valid answer to that, but everyone's asking that question.
That's true.
The way I'm going to flip it is also the power of this medium. What's amazing about the medium of social media is not, yes, it's what you said, but in the world, there are people who are interested in whatever someone else has to offer. So you're a filmmaker, and you have and a designer. There are people in the world who are interested in what your content. And for me, that's the glory of YouTube. It's that you don't have to be the best violinist in the world anymore. If you put your content out there are people in the world who want to enjoy it, and that's amazing. And that's amazing.
That's really dark. And I mean, that's kind of where I was trying to get at.
I mean, maybe she is the #1 violinist on YouTube, Lindsey Sterling. Lindsey Sterling is not the best violinist in the world. My students can and have the potential of playing the violin better than she can. But they will probably never be as famous as, because she's offering something very unique, and she's unique herself. She's a person with a unique personality and background that you can't just simulate that,
right.
And then what she's doing with her music and her movements, you just can't just do that.
Right.
You're not going to just roll out of bed and do that. So she has cornered the market. But let's say even if she has 20 million followers, which may be less or more, that's not most of the world.
Right. It's a small section.
And so that means that if I gave you a violin tomorrow, there'll be people in the world. So I'm new on Instagram, and there's this guy who just started the violin maybe 200 days ago, and he has tens of thousands of followers. He's posting every day of his journey learning the violin. And so there's a group of people in the world who are interested in watching his journey.
Right.
He's not good, but that doesn't matter, because it's a unique story. It's a journey.
Right. So there's kind of like Lindsey Sterling, and then there's this raw honesty with kind of social media of people want to see that real life. How do you think just sharing? What are your feelings on just being honest about your life and sharing that to the world? Because I know for me, it's kind of like that gray area of how much do I want to share, but I also want people to see the real life.
Here's the thing, I don't want to share anything. But as you saw, I'm sharing everything.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not.
Yes.
At the same time. So it all depends on what the purpose of it is. So for me, what's my why? I really believe that joy in this life is maximized when you give your life away to others. That's my motto, that's my mission statement. Give your life away. And so I actually believe that I will enjoy life more if the things that I've been blessed with and trusted with, I give those away. So when I'm coming to something like a social media post or whatever, because that's the foundation of my life, I'm going to evaluate what I do and don't do based on that framework. So I'm a shy person, I'm a private person, and I very much value those things. So it's how can I give my life away, but still also cherish my privacy and just the things that I want just for myself. How can I do those things? And it's for me, it's through the lens of my philosophy, but also through the lens of actually I will be happy if I am private. So how can I have both?
Yeah, and that's something I'm struggling with, of just how do I, there's so many things in my life and I'm like, I want to put it out there, but then I'm also like, I feel like that just drains me of everything. And like being someone shy, it's like that, trying to get out there every day and keep, talking to everybody, and then you just feel like now I don't want to talk to anybody in real life sometimes. I'm like, I've used all of my social energy on social media, and now when we're having these conversations, I'm just mentally drained.
So I think then you have to then figure out what is your capacity. Everyone has a different capacity for different things. So for me, I can sleep 5 to 5.5 hours a night every day, and that's fine. But I don't think I'm not proud of that.
Right.
It's just something that I can do. I would prefer not to choose not to do that, but I can do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that makes me better or worse than someone else. Someone else needs 7, 8, or 9. So whatever their thing is, they just need to realize that that's my capacity, and then work within that, and then do the best thing that they can possibly do within that framework. I once said to a friend, I was having a conversation on the phone, and I was on my bike, but I didn't want to dive, like the phone in one hand and not looking and have this conversation, so I stopped. And I was near a grocery store. I love cooking, and I probably go to the grocery store every single day. So in front of the grocery store, having this conversation, and we were talking about this idea of how do you create your best life. And I said to him, I love cooking, and I'm outside the grocery store, and I have this thing I want to make tonight. And I can walk into the grocery store, and I can buy the perfect items I need for whatever dish I want to make tonight. Or I can go home, see what I have at my house, and make the best possible thing that I could make with the ingredients that I have. And I said, that's my life. My life is seeing what the ingredients that are at my disposal and making the best possible thing that I could make with the ingredients that are at my disposal. So after I hung up the phone, I didn't go to the grocery store. I went straight home, and I just did that.
That's so cool. And it applies, like you said, it applies to life.
To everything.
Take what, we all aspire, if I had this, like me, if I had this other camera, I could go do this other thing. Take what I've got now.
What do you have now?
Right.
What do you have now?